And hello. Yes, we're live. We're back. And look, I'm still on the sunny beach. Hello everyone. How are you doing out there? You noticed we have a little change there at the beginning now of Wake's World. If you've just joined us, well, you've probably been waiting ages for that very, very long countdown to start at the beginning. I don't know why it just goes on so long. It's meant to be there for me getting ready. And tonight I've chain smoked far too much in those 5 minutes. If you don't know who I am, that's good. It's probably quite handy. My name is Jamie Wake. I am one of the pod squad. I am the CEO of Club F.O.D. And every Friday I'm here with you at 8 o'clock to talk rubbish. Quite frankly, because what else would we do in our little worlds at the moment? We can't exactly go out, can we? Look, we got some people saying hello already. Hello, Rob. How are you? Good to see you, sir. Martin, hello, sir. And then evening, Jamie Elkins. I'm confused. Who's Jamie Elkins? Is that someone else? Is that me? Martin Holmes is saying Jamie's on a sunny beach in a sweater. You know what? It is a little chilly, isn't it? I got to be honest. I have been shivering. Now, I don't know if that's COVID or the fact that I just demolished a whole packet of cookies watching Star Trek Discovery before I came upstairs to turn all of this malarkey on. So how you doing? How you coping? Normally we would tell you and remind you what day lockdown. If it was a lock-in for this long, I'd be very happy. What day lockdown is, but let's face it, who knows? And who knows when it's going to end? Brendan saying, good evening, great. Yes, my beard has been tied in with my jumper today, so which is quite exciting. I'm trying to match up. Actually, the same colour almost as my new car. I have to get it in. I got a new car, picked it up tonight. I was going on about it last week and the week before. And, it's big. It's big and butch, just like me. Brendan is saying, mistake, auto tag. Is that German for something? I don't know. Gary's saying hello. Hello, Gary. Nice to see you, sir. The funny thing was, because I get to see the numbers cropping in while the countdown is starting. And it was going up and up and up. And then people were like, oh, 5 minute countdown. Do you really need that? No, I'll change that for next week. Just to be different. Did you like the zoom in on Kennet Island there? Unfortunately, the way it's all edited together means you don't quite get to see the top of the house, which, to be fair, is probably quite lucky because I can't really afford any stalkers at the moment. And I do apologise if you are a stalker in training, but unfortunately, from next week, I can't let anyone through the front door. Because I am very generous and giving. I like to let my stalkers in through the smart door. Just to be fair, have a cup of tea. You might bring... Stalkers are good. They can bring chocolate. They can bring wine, Anyone that brings wine to me is always very, very welcome. So, what's been happening? So, if this is the first time you've joined Wake's World, and I keep calling it Wake's Week, and it's not, it's Wake's World. I can't even remember the name of my own show. It's very, very, very simple. We chat. Hopefully you chat a lot more than I chat because I get a sore throat and I'll be good for nothing later on. And then I've noticed over the last few weeks it's almost turned into a roast where people have been literally just taking a mickey out of me and thinking they can get away with it because I'm here on a little screen on social media and you're at home on your Captain Morgan's or wherever. Drinks, other drinks are available. I do have to say that. Hey, Flower, that's Sophie. She's popped in. Hello, darling. Oh, look, I got a picture of a flower on there this week. Oh, and look, you've got your picture on there that you drew. I have actually got my social media, my Facebook picture is now the picture that you drew. We say drew, but I keep being corrected. It's what's been traced. So, what's Martin saying here? I've had a skit. I don't know what a skit is. Is that a meal from takeaway, from Deliveroo? I've had a skit week. Yay, it's Friday. Oh, you might be swearing. I don't know. But misspelt it, which probably loses the impact of it somewhat. Brendan saying, hey, Sophie Petal, LOL. And Sophie's saying Friday night roast. You know, I could murder a roast dinner right now. I think we got pizza this evening. Rob saying no drinks but strong painkillers. Please tell me. I'm sure that's not because you bottomed for far too long. That's me being dirty, and I do apologise. That probably shouldn't have come out when I've only had one beer so far. But I hope I hope the painkillers are doing what they need to do, Rob. I really do, because it's not nice to be unwell in a year where unwell is what's happening everywhere, really, isn't it? As always, that is not COVID. It is my duty-free cigarettes. I'm still getting used to them a month in, but I have placed my new order this morning. Martin is letting me know that it was a spelling mistake and it was a swear word, which I can't share on the screen for obvious reasons, because you don't know who's watching half the time. And Sophie's letting us know she's had fish and chips. I have a craving every now and again for fish and chips. So if someone could recommend the best fish and chip shop in the area, obviously we can't do non-essential journeys, so they have to come through one of the fast food delivery places. Preferably one that actually has a cool box or a hot box. So I don't know about you, when I get a takeaway lately, they just pull it out the side of the car or the boot. And I'm wondering, I hope you had your heating on to keep my Burger King a little warm. Other fast food outlets are available. Sophie's saying that a non-diet is going super well. Good for you, my darling. I am the advert for non-diet. Think of this. I look back. When did lockdown start? March the 23rd, basically, is when it started. And I was like, 2 stone lighter. How can I put 2 stone on in a year? I'm going to have to start wearing Supernova's corset whenever I'm doing something. Rob, what's he saying here? LOL, they work for a while, hopefully getting stronger ones on Monday. But in this current climate, Rob, you could start selling them. And I am sorry to hear, Rob, because I believe you're in Slough, that you're in tier 3 from next week. Obviously everyone's a little cross with the tiers. Let's face it, there is no tier 1. Cornwall's another country anyway. Isle of Wight, you got to cross an ocean or a channel to get there. And I think, if I remember rightly, something in Sussex. If I could be wrong. I have been very, very, very cross this week over the current tiers. And I know lots of you are as well, because it's almost like it's a war on alcohol, really, more than anything. And you know what I'm like. I do like the occasional bevy every now and again. Now, what's Brandon saying there to Rob? He's saying, don't be greedy, Rob. We need them now. You can almost imagine him saying that in his very strong accent, which I won't attempt to do, because we worked out accents are not the best thing I should be putting on my acting CV. Although you'd be pleased to know, you may remember this, back to the original Saturday shows we were doing back at the beginning of lockdown, the lockdown part 1. And I did an audition for, I didn't know it was for the NHS at the time. It was about, it turns out, fat people doing stuff to lose weight. I just thought it was about, entertaining people going on bikes and stuff. I was going to take the saddle off and have more fun. But I didn't get it at the time. But they emailed me to say they'd gone back through the videos and the directors picked me. For 750 quid, she can lick me all over. I don't care. So, fingers crossed, next week I shall be filming an advert for Public Health England about riding a bike. And as you know, I'm not the best rider in the world, but a cyclist in the world. So it's going to be a little complicated. But, for 750 quid plus travel, I'll do anything. Amy's in. Hello, Amy, my darling. She says, I was tempted to do a border crossing to Wales, but they're going back into lockdown. I saw something earlier. It's going a bit peaked on, isn't it? Everything. You know what? I don't really believe in conspiracy theories. Or I didn't until 2020. But I can't fathom out what's really going on. We know COVID is real. We've all lost friends, and some of us have lost family members to this dreadful, dreadful disease. I work for a Spanish company with a head office in Madrid. We lost so many people there, so it is scary, and we know that COVID is a killer. And it took us a year to learn that we, excuse me, got a dry throat. I need to have a megaphone, got a dry throat. And I don't know what I was going to say now, but COVID is a killer, and it's taken a year to learn that we need to wash our hands, which is quite a scary thought. So, what were we doing in 2019? Running to the toilet and coming out again. Now, Brendan saying, if Boris's partners, I'm glad you put the S there because I get a bit confused. If their partners couldn't drink, he would still be childless. And we had all these super injunctions and stuff. And what I don't really get, if I'm going to be honest, is we all know what's been going on, even though we're not supposed to. Mainly because we all go on Twitter and have a look. I can't really fathom out how we can look at us telling us what to do with these podium things, I don't know what you call them, media outlets, and telling us what to do. It's just, you can't read the Riot Act when, you've obviously not been locked up in a house if you've got a violinist in some other country pregnant. Allegedly, I have to say that because this is be recorded. But that is what I read on Twitter. I didn't say that, so Boris, if you're watching, I know you are a firm fan of my shows. I obviously am being possessed by Dominic Cummings, and that's where it's coming from. He told me when he left, you've got to do that. So what else is new in all your world? So I'm trying not to swing too much on this chair, because we all know what to slide off. Obviously, last week, we did the Pride panel discussion, which went down really, really well. It was really exciting doing that as part of Pride. We had the Pride AGM, in fact, on Tuesday. It was exciting. Didn't learn much. Don't disappointed that they didn't talk about 2020, but they're going to do that in the AGM next year, although they did talk about 2021. You missed a year out. I think we have to not just draw a line under 2020, we have to learn from it and acknowledge that it's happening. That's me on my soapbox. So, I think everyone watching now, apart from Rob, will be in tier 2. So how are you feeling about that? Are you in tears? If you're friends with me on Facebook, and I know some of you are, you'll see how, let me find the politest word I can use, you'll see how irate I've been over it. I'm not surprised, to be fair, about the tears. The whole country in lockdown again, because I did predict this. Sophie, you can verify this tomorrow on Saturday. I have been saying that we'll be going to another lockdown, but we won't call it lockdown. And I hate being right, obviously, because I'm not competitive. But it's if you're a restaurant, you're sorted in tier 2. You can go out and have your burger and chips, your lasagna, your scampi in a basket, or whatever you're going to have. But you can't go out for a pint. The only way of feasible doing it, and I did have the cunning plan, I've been talking about it for weeks, about going on a train journey with a buffet cart. And then, you've got a long trip, but the buffet cart's open, knock them back, fine. That could have worked, and I think the only way working in a pub that serves food, and don't forget, not every pub is able to serve food, that you'd have to have a really slow waiter. So you need to be going to somewhere like, do you remember the Happy Eater, a little chef used to wait ages for your bender and a bun? Those sort of places would make a mint from us all, because we'd be sitting there having 2 or 3 pints waiting for our starter, then another 2 or 3 waiting for our main course, then for your dessert, which could be just, I don't know, a toffee bar or something, toffee crisp. Sophie says, now, Sophie's jokes go over my head because I'm deaf, let's put it that way. Apparently, Jenny's are having a huge sale today, Black Friday. Woohoo! Can I give you a round of applause for that? No, we'll give you a party noise. Well done. I should have them on the buttons down here. And then Brendan saying, gums are us, so fishy hand. I don't get that. Gums are us. Oh no, gums, dentist, yeah. And Amy's letting me know there's no buffet cars on GWR. No, I was going cross country, darling. I was going up market. Or Virgin. Because I haven't been on Virgin for ages. Rob's saying he has a friend who has a village pub. Please let us know which, give him free advertising. And he is in tier 2 and decided not to open again. I'm seeing venues promote that everywhere at the moment. I noticed Jeremy Joseph, person who runs GAY in London, you can have a McDonald's. He's on a tide of McDonald's. Now, I can't see Westminster Council allowing that to happen, to be fair. So if you were in a pub, let's have a little debate. If you were in a pub for a pint and you had to have a tie-in with a fast food outlet, what would that fast food be? I wouldn't mind a McDonald's, but if you've seen my posts when I order a McDonald's, I can't stop with just a Big Mac. I have to have a Big Mac, large fries, 20 chicken nuggets, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a chicken mayo sandwich, and then depending on what the specials are, sometimes they'll have onion rings, not very often, or sometimes my favourite, the mozzarella dips. And my McDonald's turns out to be £20. It becomes very, very expensive. And Burger King even worse because I'm greedy. No wonder I put the weight on. Rob's telling us that a pub his friends got, a village pub in Tier 2, is the Potter's Arms. And what town's that, Rob? You need to be more descriptive. I can't ask her who can't say the woman's name that runs the device because she'll set off things everywhere and you'll start hearing, oh, I don't understand that, and things like that. So let us know where. Let us know if he is a member of the family. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have heterosexual friends, but you might have, because that's the selling point for many gays. Although he's not opening until next year, so he's got time to lose the lockdown weight. So yes. So what else has been going on apart from COVID? Let's try and not talk about COVID too much. Don't forget, if you have joined us, I've got to work out which hand I'm sticking up in the air. Is this one? No, it's not. It's this one. We're always raising money for the Club F.O.D Fund of Diversity. It currently stands at £1,351. We've only got a few days left to go to get to that target of 1,500. It's very, very, very simple to make a donation. You just visit our website, or one of the websites, www.sattergay.co.uk, and it's quite simple. Make a donation and out it comes. It's nice and easy. Although we do have plans actually, Club F.O.D, where that's going this year. We're trying to work out the logistics now in the tiers, so which is bringing us tears as well. So the time on the 20th of November is 17 minutes past 8. I'm going home. So yes, come on. I need more chat from you. I need more conversation. A little less conversation. A little more. I can't remember the song. Sophie, you're the muso. How does that song end? I don't know. I don't do modern music. So what else is new in my life? So I've told you that my car I've picked up. It's very, very smart. And obviously, when you go into a garage now, it's very difficult when you're buying a car now, because they have to sanitize it when they hand it over to you to get into it. So normally they show you how it works. I mean, how the car starts would be handy because it's keyless. But it's got these like really gadgets. You know what I like for gadgets? So as long as your key is near the car, you just put your hand in the... Oh, we worked out the word earlier. What was the word? Handle, the door handle, and it just opens automatically as long as the key is near you. I don't know how it works it all out, but then I got home, I had to test it to make sure that the keys in the kitchen weren't going to let a burglar come up and try his luck, and it didn't. It has CarPlay. So for those of you who don't know what it is, that is just basically your phone appears on the screen. So any apps will pop up on the screen, which is quite cool. Certain apps you probably don't want to have popping up on the screen when you're driving, or have passengers, like a relative. But that's quite fun. And it's meant to have, I haven't worked out how to do it yet. So when you reverse, it's meant to reverse for you. I've got to look in the manual. It's quite complicated. We didn't even know to turn the lights on. Let's put it that way. We picked it up. Now, Brendan's saying, Ghost Rob Calvaries. I've seen the movie when it first came out. Oh, it's trying to be funny. With Ghost, with the Potter's Will. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Martin says, I look butcher than a Jeep. Thank you. I think that may be a compliment. I'm not sure. And Rob, thank you for sharing that for everyone. It's pottersarms.co.uk in Fagnall Lane. It's got to be gay for that. Which is in Buckinghamshire, Winchmore Hill. I don't know where Winchmore Hill is, but I will Google. Amy's saying, WhatsApp is good with CarPlay. It reads out your messages, including swear words. Oh, okay. I was trying to get Siri to do stuff earlier, and it was a pain in the WhatsApp. And then I was trying to, because they got an app. So I can do remote car opening, and then if I'm shopping or on an essential journey in my car, and I can't find where I put the car, or I've forgotten because everyone's got a Jeep in Morrison's or something, if you put the lights on and you can spot your car. Probably not so good in the daylight, but in night time I'm sure that's very helpful. And then Rob's saying they do amazing comedy nights and the food is really good. So that's worth everyone knowing. And then Rob, you haven't said if he's LGBT or not. Very, very important. That's how we give people 5 stars. Not the bands, just a star. That's simple. Brendan says, rumour has it you got a new Jeep, Jamie. You should have said. Oh yes, Mr. Leather UK 2017 has a new Jeep. Oh, do you know what they're doing? Those who don't know, on Wednesday, the puppies, and Rob, you probably know about this, I don't know. The weekly Woof takes place. We have that on F.O.D TV on a Wednesday at 8. They've got my great title son as a special guest. You know, the current Mr. Leather UK. Do you know what? I'm old news. It's horrible. I don't get invited to anything now. Well, to be fair, let's face it, I didn't get invited to anything when I'd been ever sash. Rob's saying he's not sure if he can say if someone's LGBT. That's fine. I'm reading between the lines on that one. So yeah. So on Wednesday, keep it out for that. The current Mr. Levicky, John Stockton, is going to be on the weekly Woof. So I have my iPad, like if I'm Fern and Phil. Oh no, that's a bit year old. See, 2017, second past. Holly and Phil to see what's happening in the news. Now, have you seen some of these? Now, I saw something earlier that looked quite interesting. So, there's a massive sunspot has appeared ahead of a period of expected heightened sexual solar activity. I don't really have a clue what that means, but something sounds a bit sci-fi-y. So, I mean, what else could go wrong in 2020? Let's face it. So apparently, solar activity has been observed rising and falling naturally every 11 years, although not quite like clockwork. And astronomers believe we're about to head into a busy period. I think everyone's just like, oh, it's revelations. You know, four horsemen of the apocalypse. We'll just shove them in, and everything's going to happen. So they found a new family of sunspots discovered on the surface of our star. It's like they've written it in the Sky News, our star. Why? Because it might belong to someone else. Martians are probably closer. Earlier this year, and it unleashed the biggest solar flare that scientists have seen since 2017. And they're saying if the flare is strong enough, it could damage satellites and impact radio signals on Earth. And what's so funny is they should be on internet radio, like Radio F.O.D. Let me get that out there, being launched very, very shortly. I can see the roasts are starting to come in, and it's not a roast from Toby that I would normally have. Oh, wow, let it go. The puppies have Mr. Leather Gay. It's not Mr. Leather Gay, it's Mr. Leather UK 2020. Even your jumper is black and white. LOL. Look, I may be grey and white, black and white, but it's better than being white Father Christmas. Amy says, is that a sunspot on your arse, or am I just pleased to see you? I do watch my moles on my back parts, shall we say. And Sophie is being crude. I'm not crude, she's being rude. Miss 11, 1964. I don't think they had a Miss 11 UK back then, to be fair. There's only about 5 or 6 of us, I have you know. And Martin's saying that star was your anus. Oh, you're using the medical term, the clinical term. So what else has happened? Obviously, you've seen the news, I'm guessing, about the Arcadia Group facing collapse. That's 13,000 jobs may go. Which I'm really getting disappointed with the government, because a lot of the jobs that are going, I mean, I'm not going to shout out Philip Green because I think he's a bit of an idiot. But a lot of the jobs that people are losing are not their fault. Hospitality has been screwed upon. And not necessarily just by COVID, because, put it this way, all those hospitality venues did everything they can to make their venues COVID secure. Then we go into lockdown, and then we don't come out of lockdown, quite basically. So that's why jobs are going. And they've started doing benefit cuts. Who is writing this show? I get very cross about this because I'm not very political, although I do campaigning for a lot of things. And I just get very, very cross that this government isn't reading the room. Isn't reading the room. And I've started disliking those specialists on the broadcast. I can't remember the guy's name. He looks a little bit like Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons. And I'm wondering if I can believe anything he says now, because it's almost like Boris goes, here, say this, say this. I can't do Boris's accent, I've almost got his hair. It's almost like they've given a script. It's a PowerPoint. Just say what you see on the screen. It's like catchphrase. Because we do know the statistics were all wrong before lockdown, and that all came out during the second lockdown. So who knows? I mean, I did notice when I was doing the campaign the last few days, or making my complaints about the pub industry and the fact that the LGBT community is effectively being wiped out with these tiers and stuff until next year. And then I saw people making reference to what I was saying. And not in a nice way. There's a reason why I support hospitality. These are people that we should be looking after, because when we want to have fun and enjoy ourselves, they're there, right to the end after we go home, unless there's a lock-in or anything like that. So I'm very passionate about this. If you haven't sent a letter or an email to your MP, check my Facebook. Because there is a link to a template to your MP. We need them to consider the impact on the LGBT plus community. I'm very surprised Mano hasn't come up the stairs, to be perfectly honest, because I did spot a bottle of that drink I can never pronounce in the fridge, because then I could talk about F.O.D's good news, I know a lot of you already know. Martin says, when schools and... Oh, well done, I pressed the wrong button. When schools and unis went back, we spiked, but they blame hospitality trade is the counts. I know which word you're trying to say, so please don't say it. All the way through this pandemic, we've looked for someone to blame. I know that when all this is over, we're going to start probably taking all our frustrations out on China, for example, but I don't think that's wrong. Obviously something went wrong there. I would just like to know what happened, and how we can learn from that and make sure it doesn't happen again. Probably a conspiracy theory there as well. We'll all find out about one day. So where Mano is with my drink. I'll have to phone him live on the show. What's Sophie saying? But you've only just cleaned the stairs carpet. Yes, maybe not. I did charge up the little Air Ram Mini thing. Mano, you had ample time to get your own drink. I am busy shopping Black Friday deals. I hope you're doing that on Amazon and you're doing it on smile.amazon.co.uk. Yes, that's right, people at home. Smile.amazon.co.uk. And every time, it's the same as normal Amazon, but every time you make a purchase, Club F.O.D makes some money for its fund of diversity. So if you can't do that, let your fingers do the talking and bye, and so. Sophie's saying, I don't like stairs, they're always up to something. I'm sure you've been through my joke books in the hallway, Sophie, because some of these I have heard before in a cracker. Bernard says, if Mano was coming up the stairs, I'm pretty sure even a deaf man could hear him. It's a bit rude, Brendan. It really is. So what else can I say has happened here in Wakesworld? I have finally managed to move my camping trip, or Mano's camping trip to Cornwall for next year. Mainly because we got a threatening email. Well, threatening is the wrong word. We were told we should have moved it ages ago. But obviously everything's been locked down. We had to move it by this week, or we would lose our deposit that we paid. So we've had to move it. So there will be a camping trip in Cornwall next year. They were tier 1, not until when we get there. What is Sophie saying? That's not the hand gestures for Hoover. Are you on the wine, darling? I think you might be. You're being very quick. Mano is saying, no, Martin's not saying anything. Well, he did, but Martin's saying hi, Mano. I'm sure he'll say hello back. We'll try and get him on camera. Look, I've got it all planned. I have. But I haven't seen Mano for months, and obviously support bubble, etc., etc. And I think everyone is now probably finding the struggle. We've all tried to be very self-contained. I'm hearing voices, and let's face it, I can't even hear the phone ring. So that's how I think bad it is for everyone. And did you see the last bit of news they brought out? So not only can we only, if you want to go to a public house, it has to be a restaurant, it has to be serving meals. You can't do your power of 6 anymore unless you're outside. But let's face it, I'm wearing a jumper. That's how cold it is indoors. If I'm going to go outside, I'm not going to be wearing, sitting there, shivering outside Weatherspoons or whatever, just to get a bit of scampi, which I don't eat. And they also announced, here it is, that once you've eaten your meal, you have to go straight away. That is what's happening now. So they sort of stuck that in very last minute. So I'm hoping that common sense prevails, and they relook at the tiers and the instructions in the tiers. It's almost like whoever wrote those tiers is religious, because churches are open in 1, 2, and 3. They like football, 1, 2, and 3. Like going to the gym, not Boris, but 1, 2, and 3. It's just the pubs they're attacking. That's the only thing really they're attacking in the whole thing. So what are the options now for going out? BJ's Bingo. Anyone up for that during the week? Because apparently they're opening. So that could be an opportunity, which if you've ever been to bingo with me, I'm like, oh, can you say that again? Can you say that again? I'm rubbish at it. Sophie's saying she's out of wine. Please send some round. I can't work out if that is an essential journey or a non-essential journey. Martin's saying to Sophie, better be on wine tomorrow, Sophie, huh? Loves ya. And Charlene likes the stream. Hello, Charlene. Thank you very much. And Amy's saying 1 starter and 5 pints, please. Do you know what? What about Guinness? Guinness is food, isn't it, I think? Because that's quite thick and solid. If you go to TGI Fridays, other restaurants are available, their cocktails are quite thick, aren't they? So they could technically be a dessert, maybe. I just think you shove a tomato, a lettuce leaf, anything, and it becomes a meal. But will Reading Borough Council, who probably jumping for joy in tier 2, getting extra funding, I don't know. What's being policed? I mean, let's face it, they weren't even policing restaurants. I won't name the restaurant that I went to, where I had to put a complaint in Edinburgh Council and got a reply 2 weeks later, where people were walking past us to go to the toilet without masks on. I mean, to be fair, they probably shouldn't have put us next to the toilet, to be fair. Marno is saying hello to Martin. You could say hello to him yourself in person in a moment. With the bubbles. And then Martin saying, but schools and universities still open. Yes, I know, all the way through, Martin. And it's a sore subject. Marno is saying, no need to come up the stairs, Brendan. We can hear you. Pop. Oh, is that the bottle opening? And Sophie's saying, but though, if you think about it, written by Boris, it all makes sense. Tears of a Clown. We should sing that in honour of our great leader. And Amy's being a bit rude and judgmental. Do we know anyone who works here? On TGI's, the staff are as thick as the cocktails. I haven't had a TGI's cocktail for so long. I used to have my birthdays every year at TGI's in the old days. I was love it. And this year, I should be sat there with my little Deliveroo. Although, I am choking. I'm so dry. I know I'm so dry. Although, I may have to find a venue that is serving food on that Saturday. I know a lot of you have confirmed you wanted to come to my birthday do. I have a plan afoot. Yes. Yes, we will. I'm going to make it happen because I love birthdays. I'm happy with a candle and a birthday cake, cards. Because the only time you get birthday cards is when you have a meal or a do. If you don't get any. And I love birthday cards. I keep mine every year to make me look popular, and I put them out the next year after. I wish I had a wireless camera so I could go down and get myself a drink, but I can't. It's a crisis here in F.O.D studios. No alcohol, which means I'm going to be very boring for the next half an hour. Even more boring than normal. We've had a senior Iranian nuclear scientist assassinated. That was 18 minutes ago. but that's a bit too deep for our broadcast. I'm trying to find funny news stories we can talk about. Although what I've quoted so far, sun blowing up, people losing their jobs at Topshop, not so funny. I noticed the R number has fallen to between 0.9 and 1. Do you remember in the first lockdown, and they kept saying, oh, when it goes below 1, we can let you all out. Really? Just not Slough. Is that I don't know what Slough's figures are. Rob, do you know? Are they worse than before? So, looking again at other news here. It's all very, 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 very... It's all very COVID, isn't it, really, at the end of the day? Oh, look, I predict a riot. I can hear footsteps of Tinkerbell coming up the stairs. Oh. Let me just bring you... Oh, look. Right in front of the camera. Oh, no, we can get you live doing this. Hang on.
As opposed to what?
Oh. Turn you off, then. Oh, no, I can't. I pressed the wrong button.
Where am I looking?
I know, but you're on the wrong camera. Slight technical hitch, ladies and gentlemen. Daddy needs bubbles. And I pressed the wrong button. Cheers. Are you having one? My alcoholic boyfriend?
Oh, yes. Like you would share any with me.
Let me put you on the screen. There we go. Now, if you look into the camera lens...
Which camera lens?
There's a camera right pointing at you.
Oh, is there? Oh, hello. Do I need to go down to the left? Cheers.
We're so professional here at F.O.D Towers. You stand in the doorway. It was all time for you to be in the doorway. Thank you, my darling.
I'll leave you to it.
Are you not staying to watch the show?
I'm seeing it on 3 screens downstairs.
Oh, look, hang on. People might be talking about you. Don't go anywhere. Stand in the doorway. Oh, no. I missed loads of message days. I pressed the wrong button. Sophie saying, not eating your feet. I haven't yet. Brendan saying, never go to bingo with Jamie. He is possessed. No, I like to win. That is not the same thing. Rob says, so the figure's 380 per 100,000 or something, double at all the other areas. It's quite high then, Rob. Sophie saying, hello, Mano. Although I've just put her comment over your face. Hang on. I don't have spotlights in the doorway. Unfortunately, he is flanking the kitchen towel. Right next to you.
What does that mean?
There's a big fold of industrial kitchen towel on your left.
Oh.
Higher, right in front of you. It's because it's dark in the hallway.
There we go.
Oh, I've got toilet roll. It's only when you hear that disappears. Brendan's let me know I pressed the wrong button. I know, Brendan. I programmed it already and everything. Brendan says, Mano, you need to go down. Martin saying, Brendan Nagel sat here talking back to Jamie Wake on the screen. WTF. It's because I'm spooky and people pick up these things. So I do apologize. I did press the wrong button, and hence you had to put that grand music all over again. So how's Mano?
I'm here.
I don't know if they can hear you at home. You might have to raise your voice ever so slightly so God can hear you.
I said I'm here.
You're here. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
What have you been doing where your other half's been sat here broadcasting to 11 people? It was higher. I think the choking sort of stopped people watching.
I've got you down on 3 screens, so 3 of those, so it's probably about 9.
Say that again?
I've got you downstairs on 3 screens.
Oh, 3 screens. So that's our figures there. Mano is building our numbers up. Although, to be fair, I haven't got the Twitch figures, the Twitter figures, or the Periscope figures on here. But this is just FOD TV page. So cheers. The reason why I made a comment to Mano earlier about Bubbles while he was out at the post office. Brendan's let me know that there's a difference between spooky and freak. Okay. Well, this is F.O.D is celebrating because today the National Lottery awarded Club F.O.D £9,200 to develop our virtual offering during the pandemic. Oh look, Mano's clapping on his own.
Don't you have an applause button?
Oh, I have got an applause button. Or have I? Did I delete it? There we go. Oh no, that's not a clapping button. Oh yeah, there's a clapping button. So yes, so the National Lottery phoned us up earlier and sent an email and they were. There's not lots happening for the LGBT plus community in this pandemic. So our project we got full funding for. We were not expecting to get that at all. It doesn't mean the quality of this show would improve whatsoever, but the technical aspects might. So our trustee with oversight, Sophie, she's got a lot of Christmas presents to unwrap. So basically, there's two projects. We are developing, we have been developing F.O.D TV during the second lockdown, actually from the first lockdown. And with the equipment means that it's not myself and Sophie loaning staff or as it's me paying for servers and things like that to make it happen. It means it puts an equal footing and we can mix it all together. Hi Jan, Jan's in the room everyone, so everyone say hello to Jan and thank you Amy for saying well done. Also, and we haven't really made, sorry?
You can kill me off the screen.
I can turn you off.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn you on. I'm turning you off now. There we go. Bye-bye, Mano. So, yes, the other project, so I was getting waylaid saying goodbye to Mano, is that we are launching an LGBT radio station, Radio F.O.D. Yes, lots happening for your enjoyment during lockdown. As a year-long project. So if you would like to be involved, we want you, we need you. Whether that's to help create a TV show. Sorry, the bubble's making me burp now. If it's not copy, it's burping. We can help you with the technical side. And of course, the equipment we're getting is proper Good Morning Britain television equipment. It's quite pucker actually, which means we can do a huge lot more than we have done previously and do outdoor events, etc. And obviously we will help you technically put the show together and how to broadcast that onto our system. In fact, the new server that is part of this package, which actually because it's Black Friday, some things were discounted, so we're like, before we even got the money, we're like, get that quickly. And that makes it even easier. So you just go into a website and you can broadcast your show, and we'll show you how to do that. And then radio is still a big thing that's happening in the world. That there are people that will be able to listen to something in the background, for example. So, or older people who may not quite get on with Facebook or YouTube, but may have a device. I can't say her name. They can say, play Radio FOD, which will be fantastic. And we'll have to have more news about that in due course. But we want everyone and anyone to be involved. This is a community project, and that's why we'll be getting funding for it. So it doesn't matter if you've never done a presenting before, because let's face it, yeah, even though I trained, doesn't look like it or come across like it at all. Or radio, it's that is so simple, and you know we can get through. Let's face it, it's going to be another 6 months. Get through this together, and I want you involved. Orders from Daddy Bear, we want you. And Sophie, myself, people will be shouting out about what you can do to get involved. Martin saying, Jamie, you got the horn there. Yes, it's because the sound effects slide was up in the wrong direction. So Sophie's just sent me something coming through. Now, I saw this earlier, and I must admit, I did giggle out loud as well. Well, Sophie's just reminded me that we're looking for volunteers too. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be in front of the camera or on the microphone, behind the scenes as well. And don't forget, Club F.O.D is bringing out other projects. Now, we've only alluded to this in one post, but the cat is out the bag for 2 other projects. So everyone knows that my late husband, Selwyn Jones, Mr. Pride, obviously he passed away, and rather than flowers we put money into a memorial fund that Reading Pride were the custodians of, and they handed it over to Club F.O.D very recently because we're more in tune with what that money should be going to. So in Selwyn's memory, we are launching a youth club, a mini Club F.O.D for people under the age of 18. There's lots of red tape we have to go through because this is young people and have to look at safeguarding, etc. Very different to, I know we have Reach Out in Reading, which someone used to be the youth worker for. It's on a Wednesday, but there's not young people who don't want a weekday, they want a weekend. And there are support groups that support you. organised. So it's a very different offering. This is just a social activity to prevent social isolation, whereas others, they can get the support, etc., as an additional part of that. And then the other project we are working on is I'm not sure I've got to say the right word because I get it the wrong way around. Club F.O.D befriending service, because at the moment everyone has to come to Club F.O.D to fulfil that, to become included. Befriending is us going to them, so obviously slightly difficult in a COVID situation, but we got T-friending, that's TEA, where we go and visit people in their own home, and then we've got E-friending, which is where we'll make a weekly or fortnightly phone call. But we'll release more details of that, and we're looking for volunteers and someone to oversee that as well. Jan's saying I would be happy to help on the radio project. Well, Jan, I've just signed you up, slap my thigh and put you on. Sophie is just above you in the chat though, so Sophie, please sign Jan up. We want you, we want you, we want you as a new recruit, so yes, thank you, Jan, we definitely want you. But we only got the sign off. Well, the projects were always happening behind the scenes. Obviously, you've seen us do this on F.O.D Saturday, weekly worth and that sort of stuff. The radio as well. But now the money's there, it becomes a reality, and it becomes something I think we can all be very, very, very proud of, working together to do that. So thank you, Jan. Your voluntary service has been accepted. I hope, Sophie. Just say yes. Say yes. Sophie's saying it's a radio show, not a panto. Well, give it time. We haven't done a Club F.O.D panto yet, have we? So, Sophie, I was talking about the link you just sent. Have you seen it? I can't get this up on the screen. Well, I can. It'd be a bit complicated to do it up in here. Have you seen the lady who noticed that her sausage and mash looked like Baby Yoda? That's a little bit, doesn't it? I thought that when I looked earlier. Jade Effington burst into laughter after finding the Star Wars character staring at her while on her plate. I have to say, though, who stuffs their potatoes on their mash like that? She tried to be classy. I mean, she probably does live in a classy house. Looking at that splash rail behind her. I'm like that. I look at a photo and I'm being nosy in the background. So she's 29 years old. She was broke into pearls of laughter. Oh, she got a pearl necklace, lovely. As she noticed, Baby Yoda stand on top of her plate as she was about to dig in. She built that. She made that. What a load of rubbish. If you've seen it, it's Darlington. That explains it. Darlington, tier 3. Is it tier 3 or tier 2? No idea. Gary's saying more volunteers, the merrier for Radio F.O.D. And Gary is up for the panto, fighting over the dame or principal boy. There's so many jokes I could do there, but I won't. Just fighting for the boy, Gary. That's what that's about. Although you can't let anybody in your house anymore from next week. Hang on, can we let people in at the moment? I'm confused. You can reach a support bubble. I bet Grindr is full of support bubbles at the moment. So thank you, Sophie, for sending that witty repertoire over in an article. Let me just remind you about what's coming up over the next week on F.O.D TV. We're here 3 or 4 times a week now, which is wonderful, and we're still looking for more people to do more shows. Please get in touch. No, I pressed the wrong button again. Hang on, I've got to go through this bloody music. Too many things look the same on this machine. Shh, nobody noticed. So there we go, same screen. So week commencing the 30th of November, Monday, fingers crossed, Gordy's there with his quiz. Hasn't been well this week, bless him. Hopefully he's well enough for Monday. Wednesday, we have the weekly Woof with the pups. As I say, this week they have John Stockton, who is the current Mr. Leather UK. If you haven't seen the Weekly Woof, they're talking, educating people about the various kinks, fetishes and groups within the LGBT plus community. I'm back on Friday at 8 p.m. and Saturday 8 p.m. is Sattergate Live with myself and Sophie. And as I've already alluded to, be part of the lockdown listings. We're looking for live streamed and pre-recorded LGBT plus content to entertain people at home. Because let's face it, this is where we're going to be stuck for the next 6 months. We'll provide all technical support if needed. Just send FOD a message. Make sure I got the button pressed correctly then. I do apologise. I got to make up some poor lame excuse about why I made a mistake there, but I won't. So healthy. And what's Mano saying? No more Prosecco for the placenta. Look, I've only had one sip. I think it's because my throat was so dry for that. So anyway, congratulations to everyone involved at FOD for the National Lottery funding, because that is an amazing thing. Rob saying, I totally did some bad videos in the last lockdown. You did, Rob. I still have them and refuse to show them. No, I think we did show them. And I can't remember what happened. You have to ask Brendan and Martin. They were in charge of the stuff that went into the shows there. Numis Levitt, is he a count? No, he's quite a nice guy. So all the ones after me are very nice people. All the ones before were as well. So none of them have big egos like you do with other title holders. Charlie Stock, good evening from work. Okay, we'll be looking forward to the train carriage in the chat room afterwards. Have we got a Facebook room for tonight, by the way? I'm not sure. We might have. Someone set it up and let me know. Sophie, you're the clever one. Set one up and let everyone know where it is. So, Charlie, you're always working on a Saturday now, aren't you? Bless you. Where are we right now on the thing? Sophie's got a serious question. In tier 2, as a single person, assuming the substantial meal thing, can you still go out for a drink, but just have to have sit alone? Well, you can't have a drink. Well, you can with a meal, but you can sit. Rephrase your question, Sophie. It's confusing. Oh, Charlie's let me know it's Friday, not Saturday. Okay, I got it wrong. So let me bring your question back again, Sophie. I need to reread it and work out what you're asking. In tier 2, as a single person, assuming the sexual will thing, can you still go out for a drink, but just have to sit alone? Because I'm confused. Oh, everyone's saying it's Friday. I haven't set up a master key, but Sophie, you're an admin for. Oh, are you? Ladies and gentlemen, watch the magic as I try and work out how to set up a Facebook room on our lounge. So if you're watching on the FOD, Club FOD, no you're not. If you're watching on the FOD TV page, there is a group attached to it called the Lounge or something. The FOD TV Lounge. There's only one member, and I'm not even a member. Just join group, as I'm just doing now, and I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, you can't even set up a room. Oh, I'm confused. We'll find out how to set up a room, invite people. Sophie, go back to Cafe FOD and send the link out. So much easier. Mano's saying single households can dine inside, multi-households have to sit outside, so dress warmly. Sophie's let me know not to break anything. A bit late, I think. So yeah, surprisingly, I'm not that great with technology, despite the fact I can put all this together. There's not a button that says Facebook rooms. So I don't know what I'm doing. But what I'll do, Sophie, if you join... oh, there's member request now. Amy. I've let you in, Amy. I've let you in the room. Oh, look, we're having a debate and I forgot all about you. I forgot you were there. I think if you can... Martin's saying if you can book a table of one, you can get slaughtered. Well, bottle of wine for one. Yes, they can't tell you to take your... You can't gulp your wine, can you? Yes, darling, as a single person in a single household, you have to sit alone, except if you have created a support bubble. That is the difference. So, Amy, I'm trying to work out how to do this room business, and I think it must be something I do in settings. Is there a settings button? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Sophie, you join it and I'll make you an admin somehow. Where's the button that says make an admin? Oh, I don't know what I'm so confused. Lock the door, Brendan is saying. So I've told you what's coming up tomorrow. Sophie, what's happening on Saturday's show tomorrow? I should have got you in as a guest, shouldn't I? And you could tell us all about, if you're able to, jump in. Tell us all about what's happening on tomorrow's show. I can confirm that Jamie Wake's Homoscopes will be making their first appearance. But you know what I'm like, I don't do things normal. So I am spooky, and I can do astrology. Surprisingly, you'd never believe this. But I put in my little gay twin, my gay, there's a word, can't find it, my gay aspect to it. Brendan, I tested some out of the Homoscopes out earlier on him. Well, mainly his, because you want to know what's going to happen to him over the next week. And they are slightly different. So Amy says, give us passwords and we will sort it. I wouldn't trust you, Amy, with a password, to be perfectly honest. Now, I'm in the group. I am looking at settings. Maybe because the F.O.D TV is a new page. There's not a button. Oh, Cafe F.O.D. If you're not a member of Cafe F.O.D, which is one of the groups on the Club F.O.D page, anyone can set up a room in there, I believe. Because I think, Sophie, you've done it before. So let me get that set up while I'm talking to you. Not very... Oh, I can't even see how I'm doing that. How do you get groups up? Oh, there. Press the group button. F.O.D forum, no. Cafe F.O.D. There's a room button there. Right, there's a room now in the Cafe F.O.D group. So there we go. So join if you want. So we can lend that in a second. So I do apologise for losing my concentration there, which for those of you who know me, that's pretty normal. So as I say, cheers to F.O.D, cheers to everyone. Amy Charles, Amy Adams, Amy Charles, isn't she on Anyways Essex? Amy's just joined the room. But for those who want to join that room, it is there. It's now been set up. So all that leaves me to say, because it's coming up to 3 minutes to 8, is look, keep being fabulous, keep being amazing. This has been an hour of rubbish, and I know that. I make it up. Manu's just asking a question. So when are we going to pig out on burgers at the Oakford? Whatever day. Well, you're not here, Manu. You go back. We will do that soon, just with the Tabasco onions. Hello, Amy. I'm waving on the screen from the corner over there. Jan saying, what are you drinking? I'm drinking Prosecco. Jan, that's what happens. So, all Elizabeth says, keep being fabulous. Remember, keep those hands clean. Remember, stay 2 meters away, even if they're on Grinder and they're closer than that. And remember, spread the love and not the germs. And I will leave you with this.